Okay, good morning everyone. Today is technically day 6. Yeah, day 6 and day 7. I think day 7, so it's been a week, gosh, of doing this content creation vlogs. It's not easy. I'm gonna be honest that I missed 2 days, which is actually the weekends. Today is Monday, 7th of October. 7 days in the month October, and so far, if I were to recap from day one is on Tuesday last last week, and today is Monday, so technically, yeah, the 7th day of the month, the 7th day of this vlog. I missed 2 days. I promise to be consistent, but I'll push on. I don't care if I miss days, but these things cannot stop because I have a tendency to stop when things don't go my way consistently. So this particular vlog journey will not be the case. And as I was recording this, I just sent Noah to school. He's going to have a Changi beach excursion, and we forgot to make him wear sandals. He eventually wear shoes. So yeah, it's a bit there's miscommunication over there between me and my and I, but it's okay. Technically, shoe is better, and the only cons is to have those sandy stuff inside the shoe, but it can be washed, no problem. Okay, so basically, I'm on my way to work. The reason why I'm recording this is because I want to pay back the past 2 days of not recording. So today I still do my walks, just that I'm not going to record 30 minutes of video. Probably I'll do 15 and stitch it with this 15 minutes of video in the journey. But all is good. As of now, time check is 8:36. I'm just walking you through the journey of going to office on a Monday, where the week starts, where the week mulakan mulakan doesn't fit right when it has a towards a certain sentence. Mulakan is to start, so just the word start is mula for those who don't understand Malay lah. Right, so what are we going to talk today? Topic for today, I want to focus more on understanding clear communication, because this applies to my work, this applies to myself, talking to myself, this applies to my relationship with my wife, my kids, with my clients, with my parents, with my in-laws, and so on. So any form of disjoint or miscommunication, it's kind of like giving, it's always the start of argument, problem, or even an issue. So to avoid all these things, the very very first one, if I were to give some takeaways or something that I can share with you guys, is if it happens, the first and the very first thing that you should do is apologize lah. It's basic, it's foundational, but many people just start blaming people, start pointing fingers. So I always emphasize, just apologize, just say sorry, I didn't remind you, sorry I didn't update you, or sorry I thought this was being communicated this way clearly, because some people take it differently, or some people might overlook. Sometimes when your clients, or sometimes when the other party receives it differently, it can be something that people use to specifically not point fingers at you. So to avoid all those things, you apologize first. Say that this is a miscommunication, and it's partly myself to blame, and I think the only thing to avoid this is to avoid blaming people, but just blame yourself lah, because we are not perfect, and this kind of thing happen. You don't want it to, of course, happen again lah. I am very, how would say, I'm very, based on experience, I think, I have that thought process that if I know this is gonna be a big issue, start with sorry. So that's a takeaway for today. Start with sorry. Bye. Ultimately, you want to feel good. You want to feel a sense of achievement or satisfaction when it comes to winning an argument. But at some context, at some point of time, you need to also measure whether it's worth it to even, put forth a point that can be a big issue in the future. If you get what I mean. If in a way client is wrong, but they insist that they are right, then I think there's no point to even quarrel about it. Like, for example, one of my client, right, messaged me at 5:30 p.m. Okay, our working hours is 9 to 6, and she messaged at 5:30 p.m. expecting a reply within that half an hour time slot or that period. And I was driving back home because usually if around 5:30, 5:45 there's no inquiries. I mean, around 5:30 we start to pack lah, to be honest. And furthermore, I have to fetch my son. Unless it's very urgent, if the case is very urgent, I will reply after I settle my errands for that day. In this case, I have to because the client kind of like needed to be done by the following day. So I did, but she added this sentence saying, I messaged them our working hours as soon. So, and then she said, oh, okay, but I text you since 5:30. So in her mind, texting at 5:30 is okay. Yeah, it's purely okay, but you can't expect a reply within half an hour. Because number one, you are not the only client. Number two, it's towards the end of our working hours. It's not that we don't want to attend to that, but our usually SOP, it's at least within 1 hour, max 2 hours. We will reply. We do interim reply, and make sure you will get the following updates after that. And yeah, so communication. I'll just make sure they get interim reply to update them, so that there's no blur or unclear way of delivering our service. Okay, so she then go on mentioning that do you have any other people that is managing this project? I said I have, but those people are not front facing. I would rather have stick to one POC, point of contact, so that we don't miscom further into bigger issues in the future. So yeah, that's one example in which I feel the other party thinks they are right, because probably they are the payer, they are the paymaster, and so on. But ultimately, you have to stand the ground. You know your SOP, you know what's right. Just make sure they don't step on you. Just make sure they don't disrespect you. This is based on my experience, of course, because I've gone through it. I can give you one example of a client that messaged me at 10 p.m. and I just don't want to be. I am at the brim of quitting it already. To be honest, because from the start, he lowballed my services, and I kind of okay. I'll still do it, because at that point of time, I think I need projects or something like that. So and the way I think she does things is a she again. I don't know. I'm not sure why a lady client is usually the issue in this case, but basically, she want to get things updated at a very poorly designed website, really poorly done website, I would say, from front end to back end. Everything is done manually, not the way I do things, because the project between me and her is just to do monthly updates. Yeah, sounds simple, right? but I can do monthly updates with the website that I personally built, or the website that we take in as part of our project from scratch. But if I were to take in a project from someone who actually built the website, someone else, some agencies or some freelancers that did it, the framework, the structure, the builder itself in the website can be a bit tricky. Sometimes the custom codes are hidden somewhere that it requires some time to find. And I have my guys to actually look into it and make the changes, but these are probably custom work that requires a lot of time and brain power, because sometimes her message towards getting things done, right, or an update, right, comes in many different platforms. She gives some updates in email, some updates in WhatsApp, some updates in Facebook Messenger, or what sort. So it kind of like, wow, there's so many mode of channels to communicate, and then it gets very messy. And worse, she contacted me at 10 p.m. wanting things checking on things lah, whether this is done or that is done, or whether this can be done in a different way. Dalam hati, like inside my mind, that isn't there. I mean, is 10 p.m. the only time that you work? Or if I were to who's nose on, like, come on lah, 10 p.m. is most to put it in common sense, 10 p.m. is usually the time where people wind down or get ready to sleep, or even if you are even working, you might be busy discussing things with someone else. So 10 p.m. unless if you work around that period, then of course by all means you can manage those kind of needy clients. So communication, back to communication, I think the biggest takeaway is to apologize lah. I apologize many times, not to say that I don't keep up to my words, but sometimes we are humans lah, kan? We cannot say that we will 100% deliver and guarantee that this service level agreement between you and client is, I mean, there's of course a level of expectation that they need to get when they hire us, when they pay us. But it needs to be realistic lah, because I have a family and I have my SOP around what I do. So everything it revolves around communication. I'm still learning, to be honest. So this vlog is gonna be about sharing my personal experience lah, in dealing with clients, in dealing with I don't want to talk about too much of personal relationships lah, because that one it leads to my between me and my wife. But I think the thing that you guys can take away from this vlog is to apologize lah. There's no harm being apologized. I know as guys you feel like you are the ego side of you feels like, why should I apologize? It's okay. Just do it. Right? There's no harm. You don't need to pay any additional cents or dollars to apologize. Even sometimes you make it better. You make the situation better. You make the other party feels better. So yeah, just do it. And I hope everyone that does this can get the best out of the situation. So right now, I am actually at Ubi. Not really Ubi, Kaki Bukit. The reason why I'm here is I want to skip the ERP, because around this time, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, the ERP is $2. Yes, it's just $2, but I want to keep this $2 fee during my time sending wife to work, because this is the time where I actually send her to work at Buona Vista. She works at Buona Vista, and I think twice a week I'll be sending her to work, because that's the purpose of the car, right? To make sure I ferry whenever she needs to go to office, because she got her work from home days. Work from home is another topic as a whole. 50% of you might probably agree, 50% of you might not. probably those who don't agree are probably the bosses or people that require people to come to work to see physically, or people who just feel like naturally you need to have that vibe you need to have that presence when it comes to work. So I don't want to digress too much on that topic, because today's topic is clearly about communication. I will dive deeper. What's that? What does that even mean? I will dive deeper into this particular topic while when I'm doing my walks. 30-minute walk later. All right. So I'll see you guys right after, probably in the afternoon for the walk. Okay. Take care and bye bye.
Alright, I'm back doing this vlog. Guys, this is day 7 of this podcast, and I want to actually finish up this particular vlog by saying consistency and consistency. So today I talk about communication. As much as I try my best to communicate effectively, this will be a testament that I'm gonna do it by hook or by crook. Because if you guys don't get me, that means I failed. It's okay. Failure is a step to success. So I am actually going down the staircase. I'm telling my wife I'm doing staircase PT. Yes, it is staircase PT, guys, at its best. But it's going down. I'm trying to focus some time doing this for half an hour. But for day 7 of this podcast, I am dedicating this to doing this for a good 15 minutes up and down the staircase of my block at Pasir Ris. You all will be able to see sceneries of me doing walks. Probably later, I want to dedicate like a payback for day number 5, which I didn't really record anything. And yeah, so let's continue talking about communication. What have I missed out? I talk about communicating with families, communicating with clients. Okay, average number 1, and let's go up again. So I've talked about communicating with different parties. Let's talk about communicating effectively in social media. Let me share with you my journey, especially on LinkedIn. I've been quite consistent almost every day. When I say almost every day, it means I've missed some days. Like example, last week, almost the whole of last week, I am focusing on doing this. I have reduced the number of posts that I put on social media. But that having said, I feel it's like a trade-off. Of course, you can't choose everything. I can always do that and doing this at the same time. My hands are fully occupied. My hands are full, my hands are tight, whatever you call that. So, bear with me as I walk and as I now it's just level 5, guys. The total number of staircase that they have is 13. So now I have to climb 13 stairs, guys. Come on, I can do it. Just 15 minutes of my time and this will be over. I want to burn as much calories as possible. Not doing too much cardio, but doing at the blue zone or the green zone. I don't know what exactly that means, but based on what I understand, the heart rate keeps moving. It does not stay stagnant. If you all must know, right now it's actually 11 p.m. and most people, and even myself, 11 p.m. is sleeping time, and I tend to wake up early just to do work or to do some sort of like an exercise. Today is an exception because I want to do this. I have the mojo to pay back. whatever that I missed out doing recording. Alright, we are at level 10. Come on, steadiness. I used to be very fit, and talking about fit, of course, in every man's life, you have to go through NS. Again, communication. I find the communication in army evolves. Previously, there was this turnout, and everyone must do heads up. So the command is company heads up, and everyone have to rush and put their heads out of the window. Alright, level 13, and I'm going down. So, like recently, towards the last few years of my reservice, the turnout is actually through WhatsApp. It's funny that there's no longer shouting of heads up, heads up. It's all about texting. Guys, meeting or fall in XXXX hours, and that is enough. It's like the most civil way to get things done, all via WhatsApp. And guess what? For those who don't read WhatsApp, they die. They just disjoin from the communication of the platoon or the company or section level. So this is another form of communication that evolves from time to time. And as a millennial, I witnessed different type of communication, like how people still read newspaper, but right now, I think yesterday or last week, I went to a coffee shop, just passed by, and I see just a few stacks of newspaper being distributed. I suppose those who are still buying newspaper are the boomers. Sorry boomers, I think your time is almost up. Because no one reads newspaper anymore. People take reference from, the internet, social media, Instagram, TikTok. Wow, social media itself can be off a topic. So I'm not gonna digress, but communication. I do not want to be like a communication guru, but I just want to tell from my point of view, my experience, my opinion in how I learned to communicate effectively. Of course, you never know the first time you do it because you haven't tried it. So the moment I start the business in 2019, I thought I'm in like a big swan of clients that wanting my services because if I haven't really shared my business story, I kind of like was given not a silver spoon but a bronze spoon to start the business. I will share more when it comes to the topic of rope press and starting the business. Alright, round 2 done. Actually that's considered round 1, but I'm back at level 1 and I'm going up again. I have a tendency of looking at myself in the viewport here or the screen. I have to stop because I know you guys are here, not here. So pardon me and apologies guys in advance. I want to be as real as possible and bear with me as I'm doing this. I'm about 8 minutes right now. Hopefully I can finish round 2 successfully, and then I'll do some payback of day 5 later on with some cardio exercises. One of the components of communication I feel is learning how to say no. I just failed by saying no just now. You know why? Because my wife thought of having some bubble tea, and me being a good husband bought for her bubble tea. And you know, when you bought over at Grab, you cannot buy one because you have to pay a lot of service fee, aka delivery fee, or a top up fee, because they have a minimum purchase amount. So on top of her order, she asked me, "What do you want?" I could have said no, but the instinct in me, the old Nazozi in me, said, "I want hot Taiwan milk tea." Yes, the reason why I'm punishing myself by doing this at 11 p.m. is because I want to burn the hot Thai milk tea. I know it doesn't work this way, but I just want to feel good to make sure I burn a bit of calories from what I've taken in, the sugar that's absorbed in my body. So, come on. 10 minutes and 28 seconds, and I'm at level 9. I think by the time I reach the bottom floor, I should be getting the 15-minute mark. Come on, us. Let's go. Highlight to me if you see anything suspicious, because I'm not looking to find anything. This is purely pity and content creation. 11th floor, that's where I live. 2 more to the top of the peak. To be honest, this is nothing compared to going up the mountains. But I wish to go up the mountains with my mates, subject to my fitness and combat level. Yeah! Level 13, guys. That is for the thumbnail. Alright. Well, it's just 11 minutes plus. If I will take my time, I'll reach down in about 15 minutes. But no worries. At the end of the day, I clock my exercise routine. So, I don't know. With the body, as much as you have control, if I were to sum today's episode up about the topic community, yeah, it's best to communicate externally, but how about communicating internally to yourself? Quoted from many sources and my investor Thomas Beatty, it's you versus you. How do you communicate to your body, to your hands, to your legs, to your brain, that you want the best out of the body, the asset that you have? Kan? It's a waste if you don't communicate internally. People glamorize about the effective communication that you have with your peers, with your members, with your classmates, with your colleagues, but nothing beats communication internally with yourself. Ask yourself, what have you done today that better yourself 1% each day? That's where the book Atomic Habits by James Clear come in. Have you guys read it? Make it 1% better. For me, I am 1% backward when I drank that hot Thai milk tea. So I'm gonna up 2%. Cannot give chance, because it's all about leveling up the game. Come on, guys. But all in all, I would like to thank whoever is watching me this time, at this point, at this timestamp. I appreciate you guys, because at the end of the day, I have an offer to share. This particular video content or content creation that I am doing is to promote my own offer. So you guys are in the space of fitness, in the space of coaching, in the space of personal training. I want to shout out to you guys that you guys should have a proper funnel, marketing funnel for your services. You offer coaching services, you offer training services, but you ask people to communicate to you via WhatsApp. It's always a I feel that's always a short, the fastest shortcut that you can get clients is true, but in the long run that could not sustain. So the reason why I say so is because my offer, the $1 offer, which gives you a landing page that you can keep selling, you can sell memberships, you can sell your services effectively with good communication in the landing page. So again, shout out to you guys who want to explore having a website for just $1, because all you need is a subscription with Mulakan. Okay, you can pay annually, which is highly recommended, or monthly, which is about $97 a month. So I leave it up to y'all. At the end of the day, I finished this 15 minutes workout, and I want to start repaying back the previous episode that I missed. So thank you guys for still tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Ciao.